just need a moment to think of goal after goal after goal. You know what? Let's get the ginger tea out the way. We back in the days of milk and honey. You know what I'm saying? The milk and honey. It just worked. I don't know how to describe it, but you just had to be there. Okay. Take me back. Take me back. Dare you say call me old? I might be a veteran at this point, but games were fun. Times were great. Yes, we weren't all the best in the team, but you don't have to be the best to enjoy yourself. You know, we had a system, we had a structure. And like I said, you just had to be there. One-touch football, two-touch football, Rabona this, Rabona that. Scorpions? Tornadoes? I miss that time. Today it's just pass left, pass right, back and forth. So negative. I can't remember playing a back pass in my day. Talk about milk and honey. Let me just add it. It was great. Everybody had a role. No one wanted to admit it, but he knows himself. I miss him. I really do. Now he's just upset. He's not the guy he used to be, and it's not his fault. But I'm sure he misses it too. When he didn't have to complain. He could just pass the ball to someone. Have a dream. The old days? That's the stuff dreams are made of. Just look it up. Life will change.
The good old days. They were great. We won a lot. We lost too sometimes, but it was mainly winning. The problem with the good old days is that it was never a skill issue. It was never a talent issue. Too many egos got in the way. And ultimately, that was the eventual downfall. The egos just got too big.
Instead of fighting for my place, I left. But that's because of Shidoni. Funny question. It's like asking Lionel Messi, did he leave because Ansi Fati was supposed to get the number 10? Shidoni and I were never in the same league. It's never a conversation. It was never a conversation, and it will never be a conversation. I think, for me, I felt underappreciated. I think I was one of the most clutch players at the team. Whenever the team needed a goal, I popped up. I had a pretty decent record. And listen, I will admit, I had ballers around me. Labs creating, Brother Danger defending, Sadie, no show, Mabizi creating. It was a team, and at the end of the day, there's only so much slander you can take as a person. As one of the better players in the team, if I do say so myself, just felt disrespected. And that's that on that. I think, at the end of the day, when you look at all of the academy players, me versus Shidoni, it was never a contest. But you know what? Being the teacher's pet that he is, being the coach's golden boy, of course he got favored. Felt like Ramsdale, did nothing wrong, but all of a sudden, this guy, who's clearly a team favorite, clearly part of the core team clique, gets favored over me. Very disrespectful. Was never in the same league as me, will never be. And if he has a problem, we can go at it. 1v1. I ain't afraid. I've never been afraid. I'll never be afraid of that guy. By far a better player. By far always doing better things. And by far carried the team more times than he can count, which is, I think, 0 actually, because he's never come in clutch at any point in time when we needed him. So that's that on that.
I'm standing on business. We standing on business. I'm standing on business. We standing on business.
Sure, gentlemen. It's your boy Shitun, the demigod, otherwise known as Troden. I am your former, reigning Rookie of the Year. Because apparently, no one's good enough to replace me. But that's not the point. Today's question is, why did I become such a bust after I won my Rookie of the Year? To be honest, I didn't. The real reason is, why did the team not take a step forward? I mean, the best place to start is Peter, the worst player on our team. I mean, wow. I don't think he's been seen since the last documentary. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised to even hear that he's even on this one. What is there to talk about? I haven't heard from him. Whose name can he slander? No one. He has absolutely no right to. Because he is the worst player on the team, and that is that. The fact that he did not come back to the pitch, did not take the criticism that we all left on him, proves the character he is. Proves that he was never needed in the story. But anyways, not time to look at the present. We have someone new, someone like Buddy Banga. Someone who has great potential. But no. In goal, we cannot rely on him. In front of goal, he shakes in his pants. How do we settle for someone like that? Is he not meant to be someone we're now going to rely on? I mean, there's someone like Spusiso, but we cannot rely on him anymore. Spusiso is the definition of bipolar. One day he can score any goal he wants. The next day, he's the absolute worst. And the reason he becomes the worst is because he doesn't do anything else except score. But guess what? Sometimes he can't even score. So what does that leave? We might as well have a red card on the pitch, because it's a 10 versus 11. How do we settle for such players like this? I mean, Spusiso has been here for years, and we're still okay with it. Honestly, the leadership in Champopo United isn't great. The one thing I would ask for in this team is leadership. But everyone that's meant to lead us has lost passion. The passion pit no longer exists, or it's shallow. No one wants to compete. I mean, yes, I disappeared for a few months, but still. We have someone like Finesh, who Buddy Bangs is talking trash to. How do we have the second worst player talking bad on Finesh? What does that say about Finesh? That makes no sense. Sure, I haven't been here the past few months. But still, to have Buddy Bangs talk on Finesh's name means that Finesh is not as good either. There's nothing to look for in a person like him. I haven't played in the past few months, and maybe I'm still one of the better ones. Did I become a bust? No. The expectations on me are just high. And I don't want to meet them, and that's it. My passion does not rely here. I do this because I can. I have the skills to do this. But I don't want to. No one motivates me no one gives me inspiration anymore on this team because all the good players on this team have left or will be leaving. I mean, we got betrayed by Brandinho, but still. Champopo United is going to the pits if we rely on people like Baribanga and Spusiso. We have someone like Peter in our history. Imagine looking back on that. One of our greatest times. But someone like Peter stands there in the shadows, messing up our image. This is not somewhere I want to stay. I know I'm no bust. There's just no room to improve. Because how can you make something that's the best better?
There you go. Um, okay, just a fan, right? You know what? To an extent, right? He's not too wrong, right? Like, who doesn't want to see their boys winning? Their boys, succeeding, right? Like, how can you not be a fan of the way Sherwood Central plays, bro? Like, to an extent, yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. And in the little time that I've been playing pro clubs, it's often me and Vinny at the front, right? Being strikers or wings, and we're doing the most, and obviously I'd be missing, right? Because I don't really play clubs like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not the best up front, but Vinny be missing too, bro. Right? And he's the nigga that's supposed to have been playing clubs with y'all. He's the guy that's supposed to, know FIFA better than me. So I don't play FIFA. I just started playing clubs with you a few months ago. So what's his excuse?
With the end of an era and the old days coming to an end, this has given an opportunity for a new era to begin. A new fresh start. We brought back an all-star in Denzel, also known as K. Thompson. We brought back Masubi. And we made a new signing, an exciting striker. Very cocky, very arrogant, but most of the time he does his job somewhat. Unfortunately, the acquisition of the striker did cause some rift in the team, and everything was good until it wasn't.
I mean, I wouldn't say my stint as the captain was as successful as, my predecessor, Mr. Alexander. But I do believe, I might not have had the tools or the same players that he had to succeed. Football is tough, and football is a team game. And ultimately, you have to rely on your players. You can't do it alone. I had a much weaker team, and that's just a fact. So I wouldn't call my stint as a captain a failure. I was just a victim of my circumstances. It's tough, I was probably the best defender, best creator, and best striker. Really had no help. Lost so many players. Obviously, we've never really won a title, but in the season where we were challenging for the league, all those players just didn't extend with the club, and they moved on. We lost the captain, we lost Iris, and in many parts we lost FC3 because he was a shadow of himself. He became an absolutely dusty baller, and that's hard to cope with. We had Mabizi on a 2-way contract, so he wasn't here for a lot of the games. So it really was just me and a bunch of rookies. I did the best I could. I did probably better than any captain could have done given the circumstances. And at the end of the day, I'm proud of the shift that I've given while at the head of the helm. And if anybody questions the success of the club during my stint, it's just white noise. Because at the end of the day, even while as a club we're underperforming, I remain the greatest player that has ever grasped. The greatest player that this club has ever seen. The greatest player that this club ever will see. Multiple Ballon d'Ors, multiple players of the months, multiple players of the weeks. I just had no help. I just had no help.
So it'll come down to this, huh? Wow. Well, this is the last dance, but this wasn't the last dance that we all planned on having, in my opinion. I mean, what the fuck were we doing, man? What were we doing? I mean, it was just, the team was just all over the place, man. Like, I just couldn't comprehend what went wrong. I mean, first of all, you had me, the best striker in the team, and I can actually confidently say that I'm the best finisher in the team. And you got me playing left back again. I thought we resolved the situations from last season. But no, look at me, I'm Wanda, I'm the best guy in the team. You guys do whatever the fuck I say. Well, guess what, bro? Fuck you. And honestly, I'm not that touched that you're retiring. I couldn't give a shit. I really couldn't give a shit, bro. Because, like, ever since City left, you just didn't fill his shoes, bro. Like, you really didn't fill up his shoes. And honestly, I never backed you from the start. Never. Because, I mean, when Sedi, even though he abandoned us, he was a leader. You know, whenever someone was having a bad game, he wouldn't just bring the guy down. Not at all. No. He would actually lift the guy up. Lift him up and tell him, bro, come on, you can do better. You're better than this. But no. Ever since Wanda took the helm, it's just, as soon as someone makes a mistake, it's like, dude, come on, fucking do better, bro. You're shit. You're shit. Like, I don't know why you're even on this team. Like, bro, what type of captain says that, huh? Like, bro, I'm not sad that you leaving, bro. Because I don't give a shit. And, like, bro, when you're gone, I'm going to lead this team, bro. Alright? I'm going to take this team to greater heights than you ever will. You understand me? Because, bro, I thought we spoke about this. I thought you were gonna play me as striker again, but no. You always came up with the threats to me like, Spuda, it's either you play left back or you're out the team. Alright, cool. Good old Oceans comes along and let's just say there have been games where he really fucked up. But no, it's cool. It's Oceans. It's fine. It's his first season as striker. I don't give a shit, bro. He's having a shit season. I don't care if it's his first season. I don't give a fuck. You should have put me there, bro. If I was in that position, I would have been hell, I would have won you guys the fucking title.
But no, I'm Wanda. I make the decisions here. I'm the big boss. You know what? Fuck this, bro. I'm done with this interview.
Is it on? Beneficiary. What is a beneficiary? Let me tell you something. A beneficiary is someone who comes into the team and benefits of other people's hard work. The guy who fills the stat sheet but doesn't do anything to contribute to that stat sheet. The guy that will lose 5-1 and say, but I scored. The guy that when we win 5-1 will say, but I scored. Okay, dude. What else did you do in the entire game? What else did you contribute to the team that made us better? And quite frankly, he might not think it, but he's arrived and he's a newcomer. You know, people might think we're going to go easy on them, but Oceans. All you do is press breathe, brother. Give him the ball in the midfield, he'll lose it. Give him the ball in the back line, we concede a goal. He's the tallest guy on the pitch. Tell me why we probably have the highest corner conceding average in the league. Do something, brother. We need you to contribute. Yes, your job is to score goals, but is that all you can do? Is that all you can do? Benefiting from selfless runs? Benefiting from beautiful crosses? Benefiting from through balls? All I hear is benefit. When do you give back? Quite frankly, it's clear to me that this team is lacking balance because of the man up front. So, too many times we've been in a situation like this. But I'm sorry. Those of you that don't understand, striker's job is to score. That's all a striker does. He stays mediocre. He never reaches world class. I'm sorry.
The abuse that I'm subjected to. There's a very famous English saying. It goes, "Heavy's the head that wears the crown." And I believe, as the best player in the team, you are entitled to criticism and judgment. And somebody has to be the star in the team. Fortunately for these lots, I'm the father that stepped up. Let's not stand on ceremony here. Doesn't matter what I am. What matters truly are my stats. And pound for pound, I'm the best striker in this club's history. My goals to games ratio is unmatched. It's at the box, I'm the best 9 since Green Pie. Doesn't get more box office than Zinedine Zidane, Ocean's Guy 1. I have won more Premier League titles than all these other players in this club combined. You know what that means? 1. 1 for me, 0 for them. So respect me. Respect me.
Who is Oceans, guys? Before I came to the team, he was playing DM, and everyone was complaining when he wanted to play striker. And I made him a target man. I did all the dirty work, beat all the players, and for what? But hey, I ain't in the shadow of no one, no captain. I understand it's my brother's team, and that's why he would always make the best captain. But I'm not in anyone's shadow. He gave me the number 10. He didn't ask me, he gave it to me. I also knew that when I was coming, that's what I'm coming to do. Everyone can maybe hate on the way I do things, but why did we go 10 for 10 in the playoffs? Because look at the stats. I mean, Ocean had his goals where we demolished the team, but when you need a hero, where was he? Tracking back. Sometimes we all reset back to factory settings, and that's okay. But if you need someone to earn it, it's gonna be me.
For me, as a football team, they're the best team in the world.
This is the greatest team I've ever seen. I mean, I think that team and that manager changed football.
Does it elevate him yet again in terms of the greatest of all time when we think of Maradona and Pele who have lifted that trophy?
Everyone has his opinion, but nobody can doubt that he's there with the greatest all the time.
He can score with his left foot, his wrong foot. He can score with his right foot. He can score from distance. So if you think about impact of a player and you think about what is the greatest player of all time, I do think he's the greatest football player that has ever lived.
We don't give up when we're tired. That isn't the way that I'm wired. We own the future. We own the future. Someday.
For me, I think it's wonderful the way they played. I think as a football team, they're the best team in the world in many ways, even better than any international teams. The way they keep the ball. But it's for other teams and other managers. The test is for them. They've all got to come up with something that's going to cause them a problem.
I think it's through here.
This the one?
Yeah, looks like it.
Well, didn't think I'd be making this anytime soon. But it's about that time. It's been 5 wonderful years, glorious years. There were highs and a lot of lows. Many accolades, friendships created, bridges burned. But man, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I've given my life to the sport. I've given my life to you guys. But it's finally time to hang it up. I never thought I'd be sitting here, no. Never thought I could have achieved as much as I did. Started out as a boy with a dream and leaving as a man with 5 Ballon d'Ors. And that's all thanks to you guys. But it's with a heavy heart that I say that the good times don't last forever. All good things must come to an end. But there is a silver lining. Because who better to end it with than the person that was there at the very beginning?
Exactly what it is. Just the two of us. How it started, how it's gonna end. I never wanted to leave the sport. I never wanted this day to come. But I got here because of you. You guys. You kept me going. You kept supporting me. And I just wanted to make you guys happy. You said it here. A lot of highs, a lot of lows. And it's tough. It does something to you. But I'm glad I gotta do it. I'm so glad I gotta do it. Thank you for your support. Thank you to my family. Thank you to God. We did this. This doesn't happen without you. Those, they do not happen without you. So I thank you, and it pains me today to come to you and tell you that it's over. No more. It's just no longer fun anymore. Sounds like a poor excuse, but this is it, guys. If I could go back, I would, and I would do it again. But this is where it ends. With a smile on my heart and tears in my eyes, I'm saying goodbye to the camp. The guy that it started with. Thank you for everything. Truly. Thank you.
No regrets. Just gratefulness. I guess, no, that's a lie. My one regret is that we weren't able to bring home the league for you guys. But if you ask me if I'd do it again, 1,000 times yes. Our watch has ended. So a new star must rise. A new pillar of hope. A new symbol of peace. When everyone's down in the dumps, they now will all look to you. Nobody knows the team better than you. You've done it all. You lived through the legacy. You survived the old guard. And now here you are. From striker to left back to the holding midfield. Step forward. You have some pretty big shoes to fill, but we're choosing you for a reason.
As he said, you know who you are. It's not about us anymore. It's your time. Rise up and do what we couldn't. Because you're all they've got left. Be proud and die for the bench. Your time has come.